So previously I'd said that I had a newer build engine than what the Mopar Performance Controls kit covers. So that kit was actually built around, I believe, a 2017 Challenger. Starting in 2018 up, they did change a few things. They've made a bunch of rolling changes on this engine, but the ones that affect the control kits would be the NOx sensors, like I previously talked about, and the engine oil pressure sensor. One other thing I did find out after the fact was they did make a change to the valve covers. So on the earlier build engines, they had the makeup air hose fitting at the very front of the valve cover, and it had a little short jumper that goes to this rubber intake boot. On the later build Challengers, I think this might be 2019 up, they relocated that to the rear. For the production vehicles, they had to add a pressure sensor and a solenoid to make the EPA happy to pressure test this PCV system, basically. So obviously, you're not going to be running that on anything aftermarket or installed motor chassis like I'm going to do. So you'll have to fabricate a hose. All I did was slit the ends of the makeup air hose that came with the control kit, and then splice in a length of half-inch rubber hose. So I didn't have any actual oil cooler rated hose laying around, but the reality is this is just a makeup air hose. It's not going to see any kind of heat, extreme pressures, temperatures, and any oil that will be in this is just going to be a very fine mist. So I'm confident this hose is going to outlast me. If you really wanted to, you could get oil cooler rated hose, but it's simply not necessary for this application. The reality is oil cooler hose is a lot more rigid and harder to route. So if you use half-inch heater or 5/8 inch heater hose like I did, you can make this long enough where it'll route under the what do you call it? The fuel injector side shields. So let's see, these bad boys right here. So that worked for me. You could certainly do it more complicated if you really wanted to, but the reality is, like I said, that hose is never going to see pressure.